Hello everyone. So this is the video I do every week just about where I summarize important things that I read in The Economist. Divide in three parts: organizations, security issues, and some fun stuff, tantalizing tangibles. This is the link, it'll be in the description. 180 or about 180 organizations cataloged, devoted to an interest in a variety of topics, from gun control to transportation to immigration, whatever you can really think of studying that's important to the economy or defense industry. Security issue number one is going to be dengue fever. It's transmitted by mosquitoes and it is increasing. It's not just increasing in number though. As the climate shifts, it's changing and increasing in locations. So dengue fever, because it is carried by an animal, zoonotic in origin is how you would describe dengue fever. I think that's the technical term. And let's just be honest, it makes sense that these conditions, these fevers and diseases will move as temperatures change, because animals move as temperatures change. So we've all heard about the violence that's happening on campuses and the failure of how it's being addressed and whatnot. Pro-Hamas, anti-Semitic stuff. This could be a recruiting ground for terrorists, but I do want to point out something that I feel a lot of people are too polite to say, and I don't have this problem. I can be a jackass. I think a huge proportion of these students have picked now to be the time simply because they don't want to take finals, or they've reached the end of their program and they're not ready for the reality that they have a lifetime of full-time employment ahead of them. That is really what I think is motivating them. And let's admit it. For the most part these days, a degree doesn't mean as much as it used to. You get a degree and you just go back to working whatever job you were working before. That is certainly not all of them. There are true believers, as there is in any cause. I do think the media is trying to be polite in not addressing that, though. I think it's totally a thing. Russia is winning. When Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, and it was a quick block and whatnot, attempt at a blitzkrieg, sorry it took me so long to come up with that term, and was going to take the capital, it didn't succeed. They got bogged down and slowed down and whatnot. People called him a madman. That was over 2 years ago. Now Russia does have every Western power gunning for them, funding Ukraine, and they're still successful. Russia is still successful. That tells you, a lot about the stockpile, but the fact that Russia wasn't as weak as we thought they were. They just weren't. I mean, yeah, he didn't get there and get it over in a week, but it is not disputable that it's indisputable that Russia is winning this war. Luckily, an aid package did go through. That buys Ukraine time, not victory. The longer this goes on, the less luck Ukraine is going to have. In closing, tantalizing tangibles. India. The economy is getting way better. The infrastructure is getting way better. Indians, a country that is divided by a lot of languages and states and everything like that. There's an ultra-nationalism going on, much of that being sparked by the BJP. And I know that the BJP has a reputation and frankly scares some people, and maybe it should. It definitely ain't the Nazi party per se, but when you analyze history, it comes closer to it than some people want to admit. Either way, though, it's good to see India, a country that's been battered by natural disasters and an oppressive foreign regime that colonized it, finally catching up Now, they have a long way to go, and unlike the United States, they have a huge population to service. So their infrastructure projects have gone great with things like plumbing, clean water, and things like that, but they still have a very, very long way to go. Either way, this has been my weekly wrap-up, and thank you.